Welcome to the instruction manual. On today's page, we will go over tips and techniques to become a great teacher. You'll see a few of them are references to videos previously posted to this channel or that are posted to our Patreon. Feel free to click the links below to see those videos, and don't forget to like and subscribe to get even more ideas on building your dream classroom. But for now, let's look at today's schedule. Today, we will go over these 14 tips. Pass or prevention grading, student tutors, avoiding the teacher's desk, reduction or elimination of homework, scaffolded environments, recording instructions for students, setting a class budget, flex days, taking breaks, adding games as lessons, creating break stations, digitize worksheets and assignments, and finally, using a flexible curriculum map followed by publishing a class website. Before we get started, be sure to leave a comment by the end of today's page if you'd like to see content devoted to your own classroom. And if you want to support the channel, leave a like as well. Now let's dive into the first tip for becoming a better teacher. 1. Use pass or prevention rather than grade points. Some assignments are worth more than others. We know that. Students know that. Yet despite knowing that, we still expect students to value all of their work equally. You know the typical recipe for grade points. Homework and daily classwork are assigned nominal point values, anywhere between 1 to 5 points. Projects like research papers and essays get a whopping 25% of the overall grade value. Quizzes and tests are the cream of the crop, sometimes accounting for half of the overall grade. And within a few weeks, your students will assign the exact same value to their work. You'll start to see students pick and choose through their work, often opting for what is worth their time and effort. If they are passing quizzes and tests, you may even find them choosing to drop time-intensive assignments. If you would like all or most of your lessons to matter, try to grade all assignments on the basis of mastery achievement, or what we call pass or prevention. For example, you assign a worksheet of 10 addition problems and set a grade rubric where 7 out of 10 correct answers demonstrates mastery. Students who get at least 7 out of 10 answers correct pass. On the flip side, if a student does not pass, then they do not receive a failing grade. They are, however, prevented from moving on to the next lesson until mastery can be demonstrated. More importantly, the instructor now knows which students need extra help and where to devote extra resources like class tutors, educational assistants, or sensorial aids. The student receives these resources until they can pass the assignment. This method makes the student and teacher accountable for giving equal value to each assignment, and the student is no longer able to nitpick their way to a passing grade. 2. Use student tutors. Our Patreon members are likely aware of the in-depth video for this tip already. If you'd like to see that video, please click the link below. But if you're sticking with this video, the basic summation of this tip is to hire your advanced level students to tutor their peers who are struggling with content. Yes, your students are a learning resource, and you can help your class make that discovery for themselves. 3. Avoid your desk. Your lecture's been given, your demonstration is finished, and the instructions for the day's assignment have been handed out. Could you engage with your students to check for understanding? Maybe give individual or small group modeling demonstrations to make sure that instructions are fully understood. How about huddling with those aforementioned student tutors to plan on how to effectively use their time? Absolutely. All of that sounds great, and you'll get right on that after you check a few emails first. And then down the rabbit hole you go. From emails to IEPs, from there to scheduling a meeting, your to-do list will instantly get longer, and all inquiries from your students will become distractions. Any new tasks you take on from your emails may begin to feel overwhelming, since this is all happening during class time when you already have lesson-related tasks to perform, let alone grading, assignment creation, and supervision. Save lesson creation for your prep period or for time after school. When you do open your email at the appropriate time, flag anything from admin as important so you know what to open first. But please only use active class time to give one-on-one lessons to students, and use the number 8 tip on this list if you want to become even more efficient. 4. Reduce or eliminate homework. Homework is given to provide extra practice or to jumpstart lesson introductions if you follow the flipped classroom model. However, if you're not following a flipped model, consider setting up supplemental online or written resources and share them with parents. Let them know their child would benefit from practicing with those resources at home, with parent help and support. 5. Build a scaffolded environment. Do you need a how-to video for this? Yes. Do you also need an intricate curriculum map to achieve this tip? Yes. Is it worth the effort of clicking the links below to learn more about these techniques? Indubitably. But if you're still not convinced, here's a quick description. A scaffolded environment is where students engage with prepared sites or stations around the classroom. These stations move students through a sequence of lessons. Think of a museum exhibition where historic, cultural, and artistic items are paired with audio, visual, and reading materials that culminate into an engaging learning experience. This process introduces movement, socialization, and exploring different mediums to acquire knowledge apart from a textbook or from a single instructor. Lectures and textbooks are all well and good, but at the end of the day, introducing several learning mediums creates a much more well-rounded experience for the students. Consider devoting a wall, table, or an entire room to a learning unit, and you'll soon see quick results. 6. Record video instructions for students. Want to have some fun with your students? Have them record work and assignment instructions to post on your own YouTube channel or onto your class website. You have one of those, right? Once the instructions are posted, let the students watch the video to get clarity and reinforcement. This way, you'll never have to repeat instructions over and over and over, ever again. 7. Set a class budget with admin. Build a habit of relying on your school's money, not your own. Plan field trips or other expenses that your class might incur and submit for your class to be given a budget. If your school has limited classroom finances, apply for a grant during your spring term. You'll be surprised at how much you may be eligible for. 8. Flex your flex days. This tip comes with an entire video on our channel. But to summarize, you can choose whatever weekday you want as your flex day. This is a day when you do not use your allotted class time to give instruction or devote time to lesson creation. Instead, flex days are used to take care of all the other administrative and extracurricular duties that teachers have to deal with. Scheduling meetings, grading, setting up field trips, writing letters home, and all of those things are tackled during flex days. During this time, your students are given the task of either working on individual projects, watching a movie, or catching up on assignments that need to be turned in. They are made aware that your time will be devoted elsewhere, but they are still responsible for work performed during that time. Try to stick with once per week as your flex day regimen so that you are less likely to sneak time at your desk during active teaching time. 9. Take breaks and have lunch. Every day, without fail, and please not at your desk. Leave your classroom, put in earbuds, buy coffee, or even better, drink water. Take care of yourself. I know you have students who drift in at lunch, who look for a safe haven in your classroom, who look to you for a place to decompress. But you also need the same thing. Stay away from your desk, get out of your classroom, and escape into your community. Reconnect, refresh, relax, and remember that you're a member of this channel, so we know you've got this. 10. Introduce games as lessons. Happy City, Monopoly, Mad Libs, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons. If you play any game for entertainment, you can use it in your classroom. To be clear, these games are bought through your class budget or through parent donations, not from your own finances. Games are a great way to build an ideal scaffolded environment. They add functional application, which is crucial to any lesson, and they break up the monotony of filling out worksheets. Oh, and they give you less to grade. Winner on all counts. 11. Create break stations for students. Teachers get a staff lounge. Office staff get coffee and water stations. Some companies provide refrigerators and microwaves for food. Break stations don't have to be large, numerous, or complicated. It can be as easy as a filtered water carafe, packets of tea, a basket of muffins, and oranges. This is something students can contribute to by bringing in unopened, sealed snacks or unopened water bottles. Students can also have a station to read books or to find fidgets and other relaxing items before resuming work. You can use an egg timer to keep anyone from overusing the space and let your students enjoy breaks the same way their adult counterparts do. 12. Digitize everything. Once upon a time, if you were a teacher, then you made copies. Thanks to technology, we can make fewer trips to the copy room, but many companies like Teachers Pay Teachers thrive on our old reliance upon paper documents. The same goes for books, magazines, and newspapers. That's more for you to grade, file, store, etc. Create your class website and get a free Google Drive account. Create folders for your students and share access with each of them. At this point, you can have students submit digital assignments to the folders, no paper needed. Digital worksheets can be found on education.com, Khan Academy, Canva, and more. Of course, you can always customize your own worksheets and store them as PDF documents if you need more detail. And here's the thing, once you have the worksheets that you need for the students to use, store them in your Google Drive and come back to it when you need. No need to visit the copy room ever again. 13. Have a flexible map. Let's imagine your typical student in a classroom, and by the end of fall term, they need to attain grade-level reading skills. Teacher and student then follow a curriculum map that plans what lessons will be provided by the teacher and learned by the student. This student in question reads at a fairly advanced level and can easily master most of the lessons. They would need a different progression course on the map, as opposed to a remedial student who would actually need to encounter most of the planned learning material and require more time to reach the goal at the end of the map. There is a chance that the teacher may have several students with remedial reading skills, and some will need to change or alter the map contents to meet the need of the overall group. In truth, you want a map with contingencies rather than one fixed plan for every student. However you pattern your curriculum map, it's immensely helpful to be able to step back and take in where you are within the overall curriculum. This way, you can get an idea of what to change, what to delete, or what to keep. Parents and students should also get a copy of this map so as to see intended progress for the student and to embody the goals set for the end of the term. Let parents in on how you plan to move students through successive steps and know what actions they may want to take that will help their student meet that goal. 14. Use a class website. You have one. No question about it, you have a class website in one form or another. Whether it be a Google Classroom, a Moodle platform, or Blackboard, school districts are continually investing in ways for teachers to access and publish online content for students. The real question comes with whether or not you are using your website to its fullest potential. Post your curriculum map, post test dates, post assignments, extra learning resources. Heck, you can post the content of your classroom in its entirety. And why not? Khan Academy, Skillshare, Masterclass, and Coursera are already ahead of that game. You can do the exact same thing. On days when you are giving classroom instruction, have students help you record the video and find supplemental resources like images, photos, and background images to create content. Show them how to post the videos to YouTube or to the site. Have them earn experience in editing and publishing content. The website would be the first assigned class project for your students to engage with and promote a teamwork ethic while engaging with course content. More importantly, once the content is posted, then you can use the website to embed lessons throughout your scaffolded environment. This frees up time in the future so that you can engage students during class time and focus on anyone who is struggling to keep up. The website is also a great way to post student achievements, parent notifications, meeting schedules, and office hours, and for storing learning resources for students to use as homework. There will be more videos that go into further detail for some of the tips listed, and if you'd like to see how to use those tips within a self-motivated classroom model, please join our Patreon to get help with creating unique curriculum maps, organizing your digital classroom, and building scaffolded areas that are suitable for the grade level you are teaching. That's all we have for today's page of the instruction manual. Click the bell to be notified of when the next video posts to our channel. And until next time, we'll see you on the next page.